Good evening and welcome to the virtual Bronzeville Art District 3rd Friday Trolley Tour. Welcome to Gallery Guichard. My name is Andre Guichard, co-owner of Gallery Guichard, artist and curator, and we have an amazing hour in store for you. We're going to introduce you to our co-hosts, my business partners, acknowledge our partners, and then introduce you to the 9 artists from this amazing Color Me In exhibition. And we also have a special treat. We have a new Gallery Guichard artist exhibit featuring 4 amazing Gallery Guichard artists that we'll also have the pleasure of introducing you to as well. So without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and get started. And welcome to my left, my business partner, Frances Guichard, my life partner, amazing artist, and all I can say, she's been right here on the journey with me every step and is equally happy to talk to you about our new Color Me In exhibition. Frances Guichard.
Hi, thank you, Andre. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the virtual trolley tour and Color Me In exhibition. I'm so excited. I am a co-owner, curator, and a collector. And because I love art, I am so excited about the work that we see here today. 9 amazing, diverse women who speak the existence of who they are through the past, the present, and the future through their artwork. And you'll see the vibrant colors that speak to Color Me In, making sure that women are counted in this world and the universe and the artwork. And the art. So we want to make sure that you enjoy it and you'll get a chance to meet all of the artists that are here today. Some are coming as far as Brazil. So we will have an artist named Cintia Kava, who is in Brazil, and she will be speaking with us today as well. And we have Nidhi Moghariya, who is in San Francisco, but she is from India. And it's going to be a great show. But I want to introduce to you now our next business partner, Stephen Mitchell.
Thank you, Andre and Frances. Welcome you all. Tonight, we literally have, I would say, one of the best shows we've ever had at the gallery. It's one thing to have an amazing show, but this show just so happens to be all women who are amazing artists. As Frances mentioned, the vibrant colors, the texture. I mean, this is just really, really an awesome show. So take a look around when we introduce the virtual exhibition catalog. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to shoot us an email or put a comment in the chat and we'll follow up with you. So thank you for tuning in.
So at this time, we'd like to introduce to you and acknowledge our presenting sponsor for the Bronzeville Virtual Art Tour, and this is Joshua from AARP.
First, I just wanted to say thank you for partnering with us, and thank you, Andre and Frances and Gallery Guichard for putting this on. My name is Josh Harris. I'm with AARP Illinois. And we've partnered with Gallery Guichard in the past, and we just want to make sure that we can bring, in this new world that we're in, art directly to you in your home. So again, we thank you for joining us, and I'll be brief, but we hope you enjoy the show and look forward to future shows over the next coming months. Thank you.
So at this time, I'm very excited to introduce and unveil our most recent virtual exhibition catalog, which is our acronym, the VEC, and it's VEC number 4, which is created for our current exhibit, Color Me In. And now I'd like to play for you our virtual exhibition catalog cover, which is a quick overview of what this amazing exhibit is about. Please enjoy. Hello.
My name is
Stephen Mitchell.
This is Andre Guichard.
This is Frances Guichard, also known as the artist Marlene Campbell.
Artist, curator,
Collector,
and I'm co-owner.
And owner
of Gallery Guichard. Art encourages you to see more than what's in front of you and ask questions that allow you to delve deep into fresh new perspectives. hold on to the rich culture that art provides, and pass it down.
We are very excited to celebrate our 15th year here at Gallery Guichard and the 14th year of the Bronzeville Artist District Third Friday Trolley Tour, now the largest African-American art district in the country. Today, we are honored and privileged to introduce to you our new Color Me In exhibition featuring 9 amazing women from around the world and around the country.
Color Me In speaks to the existence of women in the unfathomable universe through the art of 9 diverse and accomplished women artists. Each artist will showcase work through their own experiences, viewpoints, and dreams from the past, present, and future. Join us on July 17th for Color Me In.
Whether you're a novice collector looking to purchase your first piece of artwork, or whether you're a seasoned collector looking to add to your collection, make Gallery Guichard a part of your art collecting journey.
Today, more than ever, people are spending more time at home and finding that original art is helping them to cleanse and inspire their souls. Take a chance on collecting original art, and instead of a new suit or a pair of shoes, invest in an emerging artist of your choice and find out how you can pass on wealth and culture with original art. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Click on the link for the virtual exhibition catalog that you're interested in. Then once it opens up, you are inside of the Gallery Guichard exhibition of your choice. Now you can move around freely by touching the circles, and you can get information about each painting, title, medium, artist, and contact information for Gallery Guichard.
Check out our no-interest payment plans. We also are an event space for meetings, weddings, receptions, and other events. Check us out on galleryguichard.com.
See art, love art, buy art, live with original art. Please enjoy our Color Me In virtual exhibition catalog, and we'll see you next time. Okay, so at this time, we're going to go ahead and start introducing you to some of the amazing women from the Color Me In exhibition. And the first artist is an artist of 15 years who uses the medium of sand and acrylic, and her most recent work also was inspired by the recent COVID tragedies that we're dealing with. So without further ado, my life partner and business partner, Frances Marlene Campbell Guichard.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I am so excited to be able to talk about my piece called Making of a Star. And with the exhibition that we're doing today, it's our existence within the world and how we see things as women. And always women have the ability to have compassion and understanding. And hopefully what we're able to do is to exhibit that in our work. For me, this painting called Making of a Star is about the COVID-19 onset with the virus which has disproportionately affected African Americans. We are the ones that have lost our lives the most to the disease. So I want to talk about how that has affected me personally, because I personally know people who have died from COVID-19. And what you see here are the virus that are moving up into heaven, and the COVID-19 are making stars. It's always said that when a person passes away, that they become a star. A new star is made. So I'm showing that these are new stars that are being made, and that our ancestors who are here are telling us to be more socially, economically, environmentally responsible, so we'll have something to leave to the next generation. We want to make a better generation for the next group to come. so that they have something better to live by than what we're experiencing here today. And I use acrylic and sand as my medium, and I create the feel of depth and with people moving about in the space. And these people are actually considered to be our ancestors, so they're able to come back and tell the story. And I love the use of color and landscape, so I'm using that as well in my pictures to create the look and feel of our trip to South Africa. I've been inspired to use this as a way of being able to show the earth and the sky as what God has given us. And when we traveled to South Africa, we traveled through the mountainous area. It opened up and the sky was setting. It was amazing. You could see the people in the distance. The clothing that they were wearing had colors and reflected within those colors the beauty of the people of the land. So as Marlene Campbell, I've been painting now for over 15 years. I'm excited to continue to paint. My work sells. I have shown my work at art and sold at Art Basel. I have been all over the country as well as internationally. And I'm very excited to be here today for Color Me In among amazing women that are showcasing their works here today. And I know you're going to enjoy the rest of the show. So please enjoy. Thank you so much for enjoying my work.
Wasn't that wonderful? I hope you're enjoying it. And you can see now I'm wearing a mask because I have a guest on stage with me. And he's here because he'll talk later about his own work, but I wanted him to be here because Makeba Akintola is not only a dear friend and amazing artist and one of our top artists for the gallery for over 15 years. He's mentored many artists, but now his wife, Nikki Akintola, has come out into the art world. She went to art school and she has been holding back her creativity to the world, sharing it with his family. So Makeba, before we introduce her, I'd like you to say just a couple words about how proud you are, or how you feel about your wife coming into the art world.
First and foremost, thank you and your wife. And Steve, you've been an amazing friend. Over the years, I've known you to be very consistent. And I've learned and grown with this consistency in you. I mean, meaning that, sometimes I say you are from Nigeria sometimes.
I believe it.
Because of the way you do your business and you are very prolific. But first and foremost, I do that to thank you and say, God bless you always. Well, with Nikki, we went to school together. I used to sometimes be a teacher. Because once in a while, she wanted to do the art, but now she was always like afraid and scared, and knowing that she got something inside of her, but at the same time, she was holding back. So you told me, she said, Nikki, you can do this.
That's right, Nikki,
We pushed and gave her the pressure. Now she's doing it.
Awesome, beautiful. So now it is our pleasure to introduce to you Nikki Akintola.
Hello everyone, my name is Nikki Akintola. I'm a native of Nigeria and I live presently in Chicago. I majored in fine art in college and I studied textile design specifically with some fabrics. And everything that I do right now is including all these things all together. My heart is a combination of memories of the past and present experiences of life. Sometimes I weave in other people's stories, musics, and poetry and imagination into my work. I use warm colors to accentuate, and metal-like copper, aluminum, and wires are used to bring out the shapes and fonts. My art is my signature. my personality and a reflection of my inner thoughts. That's why I mix all these things together, you know, to form those shapes. You will see most of those things right there are African wax that are used in between those works.
Thank you, Nikki. Our next artist is actually one of my favorite artists in the gallery. Her work is a combination of sort of modern realism, but mostly abstract, and you'll definitely see the Jackson Pollock influence. But more recently, she's done some work, and you'll see it when you look at the Vec, that has a little broader strokes and a little more intentionality to it. And she also does some still life. Again, this is one of my favorite artists, and she can talk to you more about her work, Pearlie Taylor.
I title my pieces for myself. Most people view abstract differently, and I paint it so everybody can have their own interpretation. Well, after this piece was painted, we all know their spirits, and I have a spirit that I met many years ago when I visited my home state of Mississippi. And as I was standing there for the first time since I was 3 years old, I felt a wind blow through me that I didn't understand, and it made me cry. Ever since then, I've been looking for a way to express that. I've been painting all these years, and this particular piece seems to have expressed exactly what I felt. For me, abstracts are about feelings, more so than pointing out particular things about them, because everyone views abstracts differently. And when this abstract happened, I didn't begin with an image in mind, because there's never an image in it. But once I saw the finished piece, I knew I had arrived at a position where this spoke to me in the way that I've been looking for a piece for myself. And the spirit in this illustrates what I felt. The pink that goes around the edge of this piece makes it translucent in a sense, because you can't see spirits, you feel spirits. And it takes different forms, different shapes, speaks different languages. And I think I've arrived at that point for this piece and my own personal spirit. Thank you.
Thank you, Pearlie. I'm not sure if she mentioned that piece was created with an actual mop. What talent, what genius and creativity. The next artist is my contemporary, who has been creating for more than 27 years, and as long as I can remember exhibiting myself as an artist. Makeba Kedem-DuBose was exhibiting, and she is in many collections around Chicago and around the country, and also one of the Bronzeville Artist Loft residents. And it is a pleasure to introduce to you one of our amazing artists who's already sold 2 pieces on the Vec already. Welcome, Makeba Kedem-DuBose.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending the Color Me In exhibition at Gallery Guichard. My name is Makeba Kedem-DuBose, and this is my work. The piece is Embrace, which was inspired by my love for my 2 children, and a reminder to all of us to remember that, you know, to go within and remember that we have each other, we have our families and our children and our friends through you know, this pandemic, you know, and that we can balance ourselves and ground ourselves with that knowledge and understand that we're not alone and that we can move forward until things get better. It's a reminder to, you know, remember the love of family and ancestors. And I love color, so there's always a lot of color in my work. I love flowers and gardening, so you'll always see, that sort of energy in my work as well. The second piece is titled Oh Happy Day, and it came about because one of my favorite spiritual songs from my childhood is that song, Oh Happy Day. And again, it's a reminder that, to go within and remember your inner happiness, and to remember that you should bring the rest of the world into that happiness instead of the reverse of, joining the sadness and all of the bad things that are going on right now. Oh Happy Day actually was started many years ago, and I finished it this year. As well as this piece. Some of my art was interrupted for a while, but I'm back to it and doing well, and hoping to continue to create more art that speaks to people in a positive manner.
Hello, good night everyone. My name is Cintia Kava. I was born and I live in the south of Brazil, and I'm very honored by the invitation I received from Francis and Andre to be here tonight representing my country. I can say that Brazilian women continue to suffer discrimination and inequality, but we are willing to fight for our place in society with respect and dignity. Now I would like to share with you a little of my art, expression of my freedom, creativity, and sensitivity, made with much love and determination. Sometimes I wonder why I have so many ideas when I want to start a new painting. So I'm sure that living in a country that has one of the richest biodiversities on the planet, my inspiration arises from the emotion and feeling of being able to contemplate so many different landscapes of the giant Brazil. I materialize in my canvases my knowledge and imagination with the vibrant paints that soak the brushes, because I believe that humanity needs colors. Technically, I worry about showing that my work is a painting marked by brush strokes, sometimes with a lighter stroke, sometimes with a thicker one, but never reaching the perfection of a photograph, although there is always realism in the search for a pictorial image. And even though it's an image that exists in nature, I don't hold on to any material representation. My goal is to give movement, depth, and fluidity in the three-dimensional organic forms. My focus is well-marked paintings with layers and layers of paint, using different materials in order to generate a texture effect, exploring the combination of colors side by side, offering an optical mixture to the two poles of art creation. On one side, the artist, and on the other, the spectator, who is the one that puts the work in contact with the external world through its interpretation. So I express my gratitude to the Gallery Guichard and its staff, and to the other beautiful artists tonight, with the certainty of believing that there is in our huge universe a place where we can call happiness. Thank you very much.
Bruton. I am the featured artist here at Gallery Guichard in the new exhibition, Color Me In. Francis first asked us to speak about, in our own voice, in our own art, the existence of women. And when I began this journey and exploration of how I would present artwork for this exhibition, it was pretty shelter in place. It was pre-COVID-19. And I went into basically quarantine thinking about our existence as women. What is our social responsibility when we come out of this? So I thought about the children and what they're watching us, and they depend on us. They stand on our shoulders, and everything that we do as women is to protect our next selves, our next generation. So that was kind of like why I did this piece, in response to the social unrest, in response to all of us taking the time out and coming to a standstill. Our children are watching us. And then I also wanted to feel and talk about public policy. And public policy is based on Black Lives Matter and what we're going through in this current climate. So again, I want to thank Gallery Guichard and thank Francis for coordinating and curating this exhibition. And I'm really excited about being part of 9 women that are speaking to the theme of existence.
Hello everyone, my name is Nidhi Moghariya. I am an Indian artist based in California. I am a portrait artist who celebrates the beauty of women. I am glad I met Andre during one of our shows in San Francisco with Bombay Sapphire. I use thick acrylic texture to create an abstract realistic portrait with a cubist twist. When you first see the artwork from across the room or from a corner of your eye, it may look realistic like an image. And from up close, an abstract part of a painting, a line or shape might communicate some specific emotion. Every color and shape on my canvas is like one of the zillions of emotions women feel. By breaking down her images into patterns and fragments of color, I try to break down stereotypes and release her from a state or situation that limits her freedom of thoughts or behavior. Diversity around the globe also inspired me to create something vividly stunning. By combining all the shapes and color, I aim to break down beauty barriers and create something which shows every color is beautiful, every body shape is unique. Each piece begins with a subject, but with a large amount of experimentations. Each art piece takes on its own journey from start to finish. Painting expresses the hidden desires and broken dreams of women unknown to everyone else. My aim here is not so much to represent my subject realistically, but rather to reimagine her energy into paint. The most obvious attribute of my work is the use of color as a means of expression. Also, I enhance the color content of the canvas with touches of light and shadows by using texture to add emphasis to the desired effect. Each color on my canvas is like any other emotion woman feels, like love, desire, longing, fear, subject familiar to us all. It is full of power, so I choose to give it its autonomous place. I also tried to represent the dark and agonizing difficulties of women in a colorful way. Thank you so much, Andre, Francis, and Steve, for having me here, giving me such a great opportunity to connect with all the amazing people here. Have a good evening, guys.
Welcome back. How'd you like the artist talk? And I hope you're enjoying the connection to the artist, because we believe art, particularly original art, is a connection to the soul. Like our previous artist, Nidhi, we also met our next artist through an international art contest that Francis mentioned, the Bombay Sapphire Artisan Series, which for the past decade, Francis and I had the privilege of traveling all around the country and Canada. And we met so many amazing artists with over 6,000 submissions every year. Now, this next artist from New Orleans, Spriggins, is sharing with us her interesting fingerprint. So without further ado, please welcome Spriggins.
not working. I think it's working now. Okay, I'm Hill Spriggins. I am from New Orleans, but I'm currently attending NYU for fine art. Go Violets. I just want to thank Andre and Francis for giving me this opportunity. This is my first gallery show, so thank you guys so much for this opportunity. What I make art about basically is just the essence of human beings. I have this thing called synesthesia, and synesthesia is the intermingling of senses. So, for example, some people can hear music and see color. Other people taste a certain taste something and they smell something else. It's just basically when your senses are intermingled. And so when I'm speaking with people, I see color, and that's where a lot of my inspiration is drawn from. And I'm able to capture, in my opinion, what is their essence. And I'm very fortunate to have an outlet such as painting in order to do that and convey that. So that's where my inspiration comes from. Love the use of color and texture. My whole philosophy is, why do photorealism when you can just take a photograph? I think art is really a way to express yourselves in like abstract and different ways. So that's where a lot of my work is inspired from. Thank you guys so much again.
Thank you. Next, I have the pleasure of actually introducing two of my favorite artists. One, Andre Guichard, and the other, Abiola Akintola. And they both have something in common that I really like. They both use a lot of texture, and they both use some form of metal. Andre uses a ground sort of metal. Abiola uses aluminum, and he uses a found plastic. You'll see him talk about that piece out there today. But I have multiple pieces of both of them. They're two of my favorite people, two of my favorite artists, awesome work. And then you'll also see work from a South African artist that we have in the gallery that also does some awesome work. But pay close attention to the texture, the subject matter. Both of these artists are extremely intellectual, and they put their thought into creating these pieces. Really big in scale, sometimes smaller work. But again, they're really, really awesome artists. They have a lot behind their work. And again, Andre Guichard and Abiola Akintola.
This artist here, Francis Stabanda from South Africa. Francis was part of 15 artists that exhibited at Gallery Guichard as part of a major international exhibition. And he's been able to continue to send his work from South Africa to Chicago, Bronzeville, here in Gallery Guichard, and his work sells as soon as we receive it. And we're very happy to receive this new work. But what's very striking about his work is his use of mixed media. And when we met Francis Stabanda on the Eastern Cape of South Africa, it was his use of found and used paint tubes that he uses to create the forms of the bodies. Now, when we first met him, mostly all of the paintings were using the oil paint tubes, but now he uses them as just the images that are closer to you, so you get a really interesting depth of field, and then the rest is oil on canvas. I'm very honored to share with you this work, and not only do we have these amazing 3 pieces featured in this volume 5 of the virtual exhibition catalog, but we do have more, so thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Our next artist, again, Abiola Akintola, extremely great artist, does a lot of work on metal, sculptures. He's one of our top selling artists at the gallery. If you don't have his work, you really need to get his work. He's collected all around the world in major collections. And again, he's just a good person and a great friend. So next up, we have Abiola Akintola.
Nigeria. And I've been working with Gallery Guichard for at least 15 years. My major is in sculpture, but sometimes I use found objects. But recently I've been experimenting with plastics, which is a type that is called the HDPE, the one that is recyclable. So I have a way of recycling the plastics and cutting it into forms and shapes. And this piece right here is Muhammad Ali. And it took me about a month to do this piece because all the holes were hand draped. For the most part, I don't have people to help me. Sometimes I just do it my own way. But most of the time, I use colors that are not too bright. So in other words, colors are the basic formation of what I do. So I'm so thankful for Gallery Guichard to be a part of this project with me. We can show you the colors.
So I want to introduce to you this next artist. He's a phenomenal artist and amazing guy. I work with him, I live with him. He's my life partner. As we always say, we're an effective team. But when it comes to art, Andre is the utmost amazing artist. And I want to introduce to you his work. It's evolved over time and changed. And he used to do art with jazz figures, and the colors that he uses are amazing, a lot of texture. And this next piece that he's going to show you is just really off the chain. It's amazing. Wait till you see it and hear from my husband, the artist, Andre Guichard.
Welcome back. And Francis is correct. This is a passion of mine and something that, for me, creating while I'm still a gallerist has become a challenge because there was an artist and friend who mentioned to me when I first opened the gallery that he'd give me 5 years to be able to still create while I am still an artist. And one of the things that I continue to do is make sure that as Francis, Steve, and I run the gallery, that my creative process still lives on. And I started as a non-objective abstract artist, and that is still a space that I really enjoy. So this piece behind me is part of a series that involves mixed media, and specifically brown iron, like brake dust, and I create a metal surface on top of lots of pieces of canvas. Then I start oxidizing the canvas to create a weather field. But this piece, Solar Flare, is about energy. The whole series is about the fact that we all bring energy into a space, and this could also be like your own aura coming into a space. I'm Andre Guichard, and I'm very thankful for the support, and thank you for listening to me about my creativity.
And I'd like to bring to you our last artist, last but not least, and she's a part of Color Me In. Her work is amazing. And I met Dee Lammie through the Bombay Sapphire Artisan series as well. And Andre was the international curator at that time. We went to New Orleans and fell in love with her work. And it's intricate, very detailed, but wait till you see it. There's a lot that looks like you almost don't see it, but then you look at it from a different angle and different light, and it just is wow, three-dimensional, amazing work. So I want to introduce to you Dee Lammie with her technique, and without further ado, Dee Lammie.
Hi, I'm Lammie Hanson, and thank you for coming to the Color Me In or tuning in. My work that I am standing in front of is part of my Indigo 7 series. And what I'm doing is actually trying to get people to actually see the emotions that's related to your body and your fabrics and water. So what you're looking at right now is actually a woman that's floating in water, and she's feeling the weightlessness. She's feeling the utmost joy that she could possibly feel. And she's releasing it. And the thing about the water is that it's healing. I am crazy about being around water and getting the healing properties. So the Indigo 7, the blue is actually an indigo color that I mixed. And then her shadow, her skin is in indigo, but she is actually created in 24 karat gold. And that's the metal, and this is what we call it, metal point. And the water is actually made in brass. So indigo is actually the 7th color in the rainbow spectrum. You usually don't hear about it, but it's also based on theories with Sir Isaac Newton. So there's a little bit of science in there that I love about it. But what you're looking at is metal point. It's the Indigo 7 series. This is number 2, and it's 6 panels on wood. So thank you so much for being here, and namaste.
Good evening, and I hope you've been enjoying this amazing Color Me In exhibition and our Gallery Guichard Gallery Artist exhibit during the virtual Bronzeville Art District Trolley Tour. We're getting ready to close out, but it would behoove me if I didn't acknowledge the fact that we could not do this without the activism and support of our sponsors, our title sponsor, AARP, Blue Cross Blue Shields, and People's Gas. We truly appreciate you continuing culture at a time where so many businesses have closed. So without further ado, we want to say thank you for coming out. See art, love art, buy art, and don't forget you should have both of the new virtual exhibition catalogs, Beck number 4 and 5 for the Color Me In, and our new Gallery Artist Show. But if you go to galleryguichard.com, you can also access virtual exhibit catalogs 1, 2, and 3. So make sure you don't kick yourself for not taking advantage of some of these amazing pieces. 4 have sold already, and we're very excited.
And if you're interested in buying anything that you saw here tonight, you can reach myself, Andre, or Steven. You can give us a call, or you can go to galleryguichard@gmail.com. And our information is there as well as making sure that you buy art and pass it down. This is an opportunity to get a piece of original art for your collection.
Thanks, Andre and Francis. So remember, whether you're a novice collector looking to purchase your first piece, or you're a seasoned collector looking to add to your collection, make Gallery Guichard a part of your art collecting journey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go Bronzeville.